Hi, this is Mitch Maynard, developer of the Americans Retirement Technology. I wanted to take a few minutes and share with you about the platform that I designed and how it could be implemented for investment advisors, broker-dealers, or any other financial and retirement management firms. So if I can, start with a little background. It's been something I've been working on for a long time to develop something that retirees or pre-retirees would feel comfortable using in a digital setting. My belief is that people who are retired that have 3, 4, 500,000 up to a million or more, that they have not engaged in the Robin Hoods of the world or in the online app-driven environments for managing their portfolios. And my opinion is, it's because they have money. They want to know who they're working with. They want to be aware of changes of any sort. They want availability of people to communicate with, to schedule meetings. They really want to have those who serve them to be accountable. And until now, there's very little options for them. There's Fidelity, there is Vanguard, TIAA, CREF, and alike. But there's yet to be a platform where people can go to be able to interact digitally with getting risk assessments that lead to portfolio asset allocation recommendations that then open them up to a new form of learning about advisors, learning about pension or portfolio model managers, having a platform that executes trades, makes them aware of what it is that is happening in their accounts. So the beauty of this is that I start here with an interface that I designed and a framework that I developed for this. You'll notice that there is a look and feel of a desktop application. It looks like your operating system. I did that so that people who are retired, who have saved money, they're used to this format. They're not used to, let's go to this website and order something on Amazon, or let's go to picking something out at Macy's, whatever it may be, where they're shopping. They really want to be in this doing work, and rightfully so. This is the life savings of the person. Excuse me. So if you'll notice, I then created a framework that feels and looks much like an operating system, Windows, Linux, Mac, where someone can click a button, be able to see what things are available to them, like a start button. They have shortcuts that will take them right to where they want to be. But most importantly, it gives them an opportunity to actually interact in such a way that they can have multiple views of different things. And you'll notice there's a taskbar where the icon associated with the frame is there. This is really designed to be something in which that people can explore information and not worry about navigation so much. And as you see here, there's an entire website within here dedicated to learning about Americans' retirement and the Minuteman portfolio management system. And you can see there's the opportunity to maximize, to minimize, to do these different things that one would be accustomed to when it came to working in a productive environment. You'll see that there's things engaging people to help them to understand, to learn what portfolio asset allocations are available, what they look like. Other than a tabular format, we can here launch a chart. And if we want to compare it to another one, we might click, and now we actually have, like someone would use at work or on their desktop, so that they can compare. Now, this is just the beginning, because what we're going to do is, let me introduce you to what it is that somebody takes a risk assessment, for example. And in the risk assessment, you'll see that up pops, I refer to these as frames. So the framework for this is called frames work. But basically, someone can fill out a risk assessment and answer. I'll just answer a few of the questions to take them off the minimal default. And so you can see there's a number of steps that one would walk through to get to a place where they're going to see a portfolio model recommendation. The asset allocation, not the model itself, managed by a portfolio model manager. So we can see here the total score is 35. We can see the range of risk, what definition that there may be for what risk on the downside, for example, that they would be willing to accept. And then here's an asset allocation. One can do those little things that charts do, and that would lead them to some decision making. So now here we are. We've taken the risk assessment. We have the risk assessment done. We have an asset allocation model that they would be assigned to until some reason there would be a change to their propensity for risk, not allowing them to chase for returns. But here we have the ability for someone to talk to someone servicing the platform. So somebody goes online and they've taken the test and they want to learn more. Maybe they want to talk to someone. So if they want to learn more about the platform, you'll see embedded in here is another technology that I developed for this platform. It's referred to as BizTalk. And in BizTalk, we have the ability to put content into any one of the frames or the buttons that allows someone to learn about whatever the subject matter is. And I developed this in part so that people can see and learn about a portfolio model manager or a financial planner / pension advisor. So as you can see, you go through this, you can learn. This content is developed by the platform sponsor and whoever is the person in which or firm that this is being built for. So in here you can actually see that embedded within this BizTalk that's me. It allows that person to begin to interact with someone else who is available to help people who have questions. That again is setting a new standard for what we're trying to do here, or at least I'm doing with building the platform, allowing people to do these things where they can now schedule a meeting. You know, if you've opened up an account and you're looking for a pension advisor, a financial planner, it makes it easy then for us to find them and schedule meetings. So in this case here, we're scheduling a meeting with someone on the platform. And so as you can see, it's actually going through the process of setting up a meeting. I actually developed this going back to 2017, long before COVID. So if you can imagine, it was pretty tough to sell people on why people would use video communications. But to close that, we now have the opportunity to actually use the same BizTalk, but if you notice, it's now come in directly to scheduling the meeting, or if we want to join a chat, it would then take us to the place where we would have the conversation and we can join. So we can also learn about suitable financial advisors. So at current, I don't have any advisors on the platform, but this is where they would be represented. So this is a frame that would pop up and give a list of the different advisors. A person could search on keywords like inflation or something. Oh, nothing about inflation. How about insurance? So it must be also that this person has insurance. So what we have that's different is retirement. So let's type in just retirement. And you can see how quickly it would pop up. But what happens is this gives us the ability to launch the BizTalk for the advisor. And this would be the advisor's opportunity to basically make the case of how they work with people. What do they do? What value do they add? And then, of course, give them the opportunity at the end to make an appointment. In which case, if they decided to have this person appointed to their account, that person then would share in, that advisor would share in the fees that were derived from the platform. The other thing is that if I was to get rid of this, we can actually do launch one. And unfortunately on my Mac it's a little bit small for the size, but let me take a moment and see if I don't reduce this a little bit more. We can actually see that with most people they have larger screens, and now I can actually host this one so that I actually have both side by side. So I can see what this person is saying, this person, and that gives us the opportunity to compare as we go along. The same is true when it comes to the portfolio model managers. So in this case, we can see different portfolios that would actually be the people who manage the portfolio models. And it goes into a lot of detail. I'll cover it another time. But portfolio models are based on the asset allocations prescribed. The portfolio model manager is allowed to assign a tolerance for their portfolio model because the Minuteman platform is monitoring the changes of the portfolio asset allocation each minute of the trading day. So if one of the asset classes falls too far outside the range, it forces an automatic rebalancing. But going on with that, it allows the advisor or the portfolio model manager to select the securities that are available in each asset class to create a mixture for their portfolio model. And at the end of having learned about it, the potential client would be able to schedule a meeting. The beauty of this is there's such a great opportunity for everyone to interact with one another. And going back to about the portfolio, the way in which the platform works, there's a great infographic, as I refer to it, that's available. And one can see here how it is that someone within, I would call them a member, but a member would go through the process of getting that asset allocation, opening up an account, looking to select a financial planner and a portfolio model manager. And they can even have their financial planner help them through the video meetings to select a portfolio model manager, even having the conversations themselves. One of the key parts of this platform is that embedded is a procedure for an investment manager who's managing a portfolio model, that they are required to put a link to a video explanation and provide a written explanation for the changes they're making in the portfolio model. And those are disseminated at the same time the portfolio model is being traded and the accounts that are being proxied to the portfolio model. There's also a social networking component to it, but all in all, it provides a new level, a new standard of which no one's even close to. So I'm really taking the technology, putting people, real people together, and then making for a service level that's higher than what's available. But I'll kind of come to the end of this. Basically, this is what I refer to as a web desktop. It allows for a lot of neat functionality to be available. Here you'll see I just opened up the window to do the video meeting. And this would allow for someone who has a question. How do I do this? How do I do that? I call them the concierge people. So they can join a meeting and get to talk to someone immediately. But they also have a familiar interface that if they want to work in a way in which that, their life savings would require, This, I do believe, goes as far as we can with the current technology to engage someone in a digital format. So I thank you so much for taking the time. I now need to close the recording.